with our second video, which will go first as our first video that will involve some actual code or some actual development with the game. And I have chosen Visual Studio Code for this, and I'll just open up the book here that I had. So this is our code editor, and before this you need to get so the author also encourages you that you use Visual Studio Code, and you can also you can get the DragonRuby GTK. So the game engine, you actually need that, and then you need to extract that. Okay, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so I'll not cover the steps here that are needed for downloading the game engine and stuff like that. So let me just check if I can cover that step. It actually will involve some purchase, or you're requesting for access, but I have access to that. So I think I need to download this. I had downloaded this earlier, but I need to find where the file is, or I might have changed it and haven't. So let me just check about that. Okay, quickly. So I'm not doing it on this computer. Let me just check on another. Okay, just hold on for a bit. So I'm just checking it on another computer, so probably logging into each will solve this problem. Let's see. Okay, so I think I can download this from here. Okay, so once you have access, once they give you access, you can just download this engine. So I'm not showing you the steps because it is very straightforward. It does not involve coding or anything like that. So I will download the Linux version, but you can go ahead and download the Mac OS or Windows or even the Raspberry Pi version if that's what you want. So once you have access to that, you can just download this game engine and just start editing. It is without any issues. Okay, so now I need to transfer this file from this computer to this. So I'll just use WeTransfer very quickly because I don't want to show you any of my personal files or anything like that in this computer. So I'll not go by email or anything like that. Let's see. Okay, so we'll just be using the transfer link option here in WeTransfer. So you'll be able to just download the file and be done with that, and then we can start developing right away. So it is still uploading. Let me check if my yeah, everything is correct. Yeah, everything is good. So basically what I did was that I requested the access to the files to the DragonRuby Kit because I was among these categories. Then I got the access. I think it was some kind of code, I don't remember exactly. Then you just need to come to this page, and you will be able to download one of these files for free. Okay, anything that's your choice really. So we'll just download it. I'll just copy it from my computer. See. We're getting an error. So does it not resolve without the HTTPS? I think it should. read.tl /d-x FRYPVU. I think that might be an L there. L. Okay. L49. So instead it just does not resolve again and we completely lose it. Just copy it. Okay. Just click no thanks. I agree. And here is our file. This is what you need to get. So it is downloading right now. This file is DragonRuby GTK Linux M64 or whatever your platform is. So this will download, and you can just start developing with it right away. Okay, so we're not opening the file, we are opening the downloads folder. Here's the book, and here is our file for the game engine. Let's just cut this from here, and we will go to where from we'll be developing. Okay, so this is the folder that will be in. Okay, safely transferred here. So let's go back to the book. So here we are, back to the book. Can be needing these, might need the latter. Okay, anyway, so yeah, so I didn't do this, I guess. So this is a pro tip: don't delete the zip file. So what I did, I extracted the zip file and I then just deleted it. So if I hadn't done that, so I wouldn't have to go through this much of shenanigans to get my file again. Okay, that's silly. Okay, so here's what's inside the zip. So let's go ahead and extract it here. You can also do that in from terminal, but let's do it with hand. So this is where we are. So it's inside exactly. So they say there is a file DragonRuby. This is the folder. This is the file here. So executable will run to launch your game in development mode. So that's the file that will launch. Okay, so DragonRuby publish here, where's that? So this is the DragonRuby publish file. So this is a command line tool to help you easily build and publish your game online, so don't worry about this yet. Okay, and then samples, so you have a folder of example code that you can explore and run, and then there is docs. Okay, so this is documentation, just straight to your computer. Just download it, no need to switch between your browser and your code editor or anything like that. Okay, and then my game, so there is a folder called my game here. So in my game, as the name implies, this is what the code, graphics, sound and everything, every asset of your game, it's just there. Okay, and in app, in the app folder, there are two files, main.rb, and you don't have to worry about other two. I just see one. So are there any hidden files? No. Okay, so this is what we have, I guess. Okay, so then there is data, and then there is fonts. Okay, anyway, these are just bookkeeping sort of things. So fonts, metadata, sound, sprites we have. So what are sprites? So these are the images that will go and be rendered in the game. Okay, so if you're watching a game, you're seeing birds are flying. So inside the game, so there are there are basically some images. So if birds are flying, it's flapping its wings. So basically there are two images, where or might be 3 or even 10, depending on the dedication of the developer. Okay, so basically if you have an animation, so where a bird is flapping its wing, let me draw it very quickly. Okay, so I haven't connected my tablet, so let's just try with this is basically a bird, very Picasso of me. Okay, so this is wing, so this is one image, and then there is another image. So these are two different images. In one image the wing is up, in another image the wing is down. There might be another one, so where it is sort of like slanting, level at the same plane, the bird's main body. So basically there are 3 images, and when it is flying, the game engine renders these 3 images to give you a sense that the bird is flying. So for it to work, you actually need these all 3 of these images. Without that it doesn't work. So all these individual images, they are sprites. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we'll launch the DragonRuby file. Okay, let's see. Let's launch this file together. Okay, Okay, not this, we are not here. Okay, let's go to my game, this folder here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just launch this. Okay, yeah, we are here. Okay, so this is the window of the game engine. You just need to be here, and it says you don't need to read all of that. So the most important part is this is the logo of the game engine, and you can use arrows to move the logo around. Let's do that. I'm pressing arrows. Okay, yeah, cool. So it is totally doing what is expected of it. Okay, so it's moving around. So there are Discord server. I suggested that you join that. So there is also another cool thing, so that you go to so all the way to the right, it actually comes back again, and it enters from the left again, and all the while it is rotating on its own axis. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, just as described, or maybe not. So this book was written for an older version of the game engine, but I don't think it will matter that much. Okay, so launching an app window. So this is doing it. So this is an app window. This is actually the app. The game app will be rendered in this. The game will run in this window. So it is that. Okay, and it is rendering text. We're reading some text on the game window, and it is rendering an image, and you can also interact with it. Okay, so the book is a little bit outdated, but it doesn't matter that much. Okay, and you haven't written any code. Okay, so that's really good starting place. And so yeah, okay, so again it says that it's compatible with Linux, Mac, Windows, Android, iOS, or the web. Okay, so now we'll dive into the code here. So this is what we have. So we'll just open this folder. Okay, open folder. So I'll just go here, here GTK. This is where we need to be. Okay, this is our folder. This is our folder where it will be. Okay, so now we'll take a look at my game app main.rb. So this is the file that we'll need to be looking at. Okay, so def tick args, so it is totally agreeing with it. Okay, so when you see basically is that this is very horribly shaped window. Let's shape it better so that it's bigger and we can carry it in a screen with other things. Okay, I think this is big enough. The more wrapping is visible. So okay, so this is the code that you don't need to look at right now. So because it is it is added in a different version. So this is where it starts. So arg output labels. So basically you don't need to understand all of it. Okay, so just the x is the exact x position of the logo, and this is, so this is a text. Sorry, this is concerning the text. Okay, let's go on with the book. Okay, so here the author defines what the code does line by line. So when you say def, this is in the Ruby, it says it defines something. So it defines a method called tick. So this is the name of the function. If you have done Python, then you have seen def keyword. It is the same. So it's defining a function called tick, and it is passing in a parameter. So the parameter name is gives me it's 2:24 in the morning here. I'm a little bit sleepy. Okay, anyway, so you just pass in a function called args. So args is short for arguments, and it's just provided to us by the game engine. Okay, so methods are reusable pieces of code that you can do something over and over. Think of methods like verbs, they're actions. Methods are foundational. So okay, so I'll just give you an example of what it is. Okay, so here the author gives you some example. Def, it starts like this. So first you define a function or a method with the def keyword, and then you give the name, what name that you need to be, and then you put in first parenthesis the round parenthesis, and then inside the parenthesis you just tell what the arguments are, okay? And you can make it do things like friend.getCookie, something like that, okay? And this is so let's see if they go with Ruby, with Python, you need to follow this. In Python, you need to follow like this syntax everywhere with parentheses. But in Ruby, you can just go without the parentheses, okay? And you need to give an end keyword, which is not present in Python and many other languages. In C and C++, you have the curly braces. In here, you don't need that, but you need the end keyword to say that it is the end of function, okay? So, and you can do stuff with it, okay? So this is where the author goes. It's like function is like, okay, let's get some real estate here. Okay, you've got some real estate. So let's start with text. Basically, what I need to say you that let's just make this really large. Okay, so if we do this def, this is starter function, then you give it a name. It can be anything. It can be foo, and then you just give a space, or you can start parentheses and you just say okay, a can be an argument, right? So let's say we do this like this. Let's say we create a function that is called add1. Okay, so it basically just takes a number. Let's say this is num, and then when we are inside the body, when you're inside the body, let's say it just adds 1 to the number. Okay, that's all it does. It does nothing else, and it ends like this here. Okay, makes sense? So this is what a function is. Basically, it's very basic. I'm not going into the details here or give you any more examples, because whenever it comes that I will need to, I'll just give you. Okay, so basically it has 3 parts. So it has the start, okay, and it has a body, and it just an end keyword here to denote the end of a function definition. This is the definition of a function. Nothing happens yet. You need to call the function with a number, let's say 5. Then number here number will become okay. So here num becomes 5 because that is our argument. Num is here 5 now. So what we will do is substitute model. This is called a substitute model. So if num is equal to 5, the body in the body 2 num becomes 5. Okay, so 5 plus 1, that becomes 6. Okay, so if you add 1 to 5, it becomes 6. So it is not doing anything, it's just calculating. We're not printing it, so it will not show it, but it will do it. Okay, so these are the things that put arguments. So so these are the things that you see in the window, right? So this here is the window. So these are the text that you see. Hello world documentation is located under here, and so on and so on. The Discord server, invitation to Discord and stuff like that. So these are all there. Okay. So these are written like this, and you could have also that doesn't exactly match with this, but stick with it. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So here, so hello world is there, the documentation. So if you put these things side by side, so you'll see that this actually makes this. Okay, So that's what's fascinating about programming. So you follow some rules, and the way you use the way you write, and it gets to something else. It's like control B to bold. Those are called VSIG editors. So if you write something and then you press some switches, some letters become bold, some letters become underlined, and stuff like that happens. In programming, it's not VSIG, so you need to manipulate stuff by writing code. But you might say that using Microsoft Word is extremely easy. You just need to press some buttons. But with that kind of ease, what is taken from you is freedom. You can't do much with that. And so, if for example, you can just if you have a Word file, you can just you can't just do this, right? We are making a game, so you have to write code. So here it is not happening, not much is happening, and I already see the difference. Okay, when you need to do something really custom like making game, so code is the only way. Okay, somebody writes the code. There might be tools that if you just drag some characters and you write some dialogues in some nice graphical user interface prompt or something like that, but somebody has to write the code, right? Anyway, so this is where we are. So this is the hello world. This is the hello world that we see here, and this is documentation is located under, this is this line, documentation located under this and such directory. Okay. So the author says that eyes might be melting a little bit. If you haven't seen this kind of stuff before, this might be hard for you, but don't worry at all. Okay. So remember args from above. So sorry. Okay, so there was args from above, so this is where the args is, and so it is passed to the tick method. Okay, so you can now call methods on it. Okay, anyway, so you need to see that the dot puts stuff together. So what I want you to see here, so this is different from the book. That is why I'm reading some time to read the book. Okay, because it has changed a bit. So what basically you need to understand and see here is that so args, what does args do? It outputs some labels, and what the labels say, the text is hello world, and x and y are the coordinates, and the size px is the size this is written in, and there is an anchor function. So the anchor arguments will go to that letter. Okay, and okay, so we'll just change it. So this is basically the right way to do in programming. So basically it says hello world. Let's change to something. Let's say hello rocket. Okay, hello rocket. So we'll just say spaceship, or let's say spaceship. Hello spaceship. So we'll basically have a spaceship, some kind of spaceship that looks like a horizontal rocket maybe, and it shoots some aliens. And no, let's not do that much of violence. Let's do asteroid pieces, and it shoots some kind of a laser or some kind of bogey that destroys this kind of asteroids. Okay, and so this is just his goal, just destroying asteroids, even those are not harm to it, harm to the spaceship, because that is stationary. Okay, anyway, so you can see that I did not need to close my window and then relaunch it. It just changed to hello spaceship. How wonderful is that? How cool is that, right? Okay, so this is what happens. Let's change some other things too. So instead of 30, let's make it really small. Let's make it 10. Okay, let's see how it does. So has it changed? Yeah, it's really small. We can't even see it. Let's change some things. Let's do it 50. Has it grown bigger? Yeah, it has grown by a lot. Okay, so that's cool. You can change stuff here. So that's how you're doing. Okay, so these are the screen coordinates. So this is the x-axis, the one that is parallel to your the downside of your laptop screen or your desktop screen, and y-axis the vertical thing. Okay, and it is 1280 by 720. These are the resolutions. Okay, so they are 1280 into 1280 by 720 pixels by default. Okay, so DRGTK starts 00 on the lower left. So this is lower left, this is the origin. So what you need to get is, so this part is the origin. Okay, so this is the origin part. So anything measured from here, so yeah, so let's say something like 0 2, so x is 0 and y is 2, so that will be something like here. Okay, because x is 0, or we have no value towards this axis. Okay, this is generally how it works. So again, if you haven't seen this stuff before, not to worry, I'll just explain. Okay, so if this is the x-axis, and let's get to y-axis, and these all have values, right? So here this is a very rough sketch, so there are probably better ways to do it, but I'm just using this. Okay, these are the points, so in x-axis. So this is basically, let me get text. Yeah, so this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis here up it. So that goes to that side, y-axis. Okay, and these all are values. So if this is 0 here, and this would be 1, this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, 6, 7, 8, and so on. Okay, and the same here. Okay, one, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so if somebody tells you that they need a point where the x value is 5 and the y value is 2, so this is x, the x is 2 here along all these lines. Okay, the total line, this total line, this is totally sorry, this line is totally x equals 5, because along all these lines x equals 5. So where is y equals 2? This is y equals 2. So this is the point that becomes x is 5, y is 2, and the whole thing is designed like that. Okay, let's do some stuff with code. Okay, let's put the hello world in. Okay, this is hello spaceship now, not hello world. Let's put that at 00. Oh, it's here. Let's see. So it has gone off the screen because it started there. Okay, so it makes sense. Okay, let's go back to where they were and then save it, and it reloads. It's just the same step. So let's say we need to make it go right. So if we need to make it go right, so that's a journey down the x-axis, right? We need to increase the x. So let's say we make it. Where is it? Yeah, here. Let's make it 700. Okay, save it. It has gone. It has shifted to the right? Let's save it. 750. It's moved again. So let's do it 900. It has moved a lot. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And if we need to, we can also manipulate the y part. Yeah. So let's say we need to have it a little bit lower. So then if we can lower this, let's say, yeah, it goes down right there. Okay, so I hope this totally makes sense to you. This is really simple stuff. Okay, this is the x and y axis. So okay, I hope that all made sense. So back to making the game. Yeah. So I delete the code. This is a big step. Delete the code in my game app main.rb, select it all and delete it. Yeah, the blank canvas is a challenge. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just keep it around one thing for just for references. So this is really different than what the book says. So we'll need to do something different. Let's delete all this, but we'll keep some around for our own reference. Yeah. Yep. Oh, sorry, not that one. Didn't mean to delete all that. Okay. So this is our stuff now. So everything. So we just kept it for the reference because it might be changed. But I'm keeping this much. Okay, just this much. Okay, well, what's next? Okay, so we will so let me test it first, that if we do it this way, so will anything change? So because it's really elaborate, so the way the author suggests in the book, has it changed that much? What I mean to say is that its change is made backward compatible. So if old code still works in the new version of DRGTK, who knows? I don't know. Okay. So let's align it with this. Nice, cool. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So I hope this works too. Yeah, this totally works. This also works. The old version that's written in the book. That's great. Okay. So you basically get this, right? So when you add stuff here in this format, args.outputs.labels. So these dots, they chain everything together. So args, what it does, it outputs something. It outputs what? It outputs some labels, and then we have this. So this is basically the x, the y, and this is the text that you need. Okay, we can add anything else here. Okay, so we won't be having aliens, but let's just greet them anyway. Labels. Okay, let's say 500, then go hello alien. Okay, yeah, we have that. We have hello alien. Okay, so this just does automatically. So if when you have some error like this, you have an unclosed not closed bracket, so these throws a big error, and there should be some good messages here. Yeah, see, syntax error, unexpected local variable or method expecting a closing bracket. Okay, closing square bracket. So so this is basically when you have error in any other programming method, any other programming that you might be doing. So this is what you see, right? Anyway, so let's go ahead. Okay, so the code is a bit duplicative, so that's when we write functions. Okay, so this is one of the lessons of programming. Whenever you are doing something and you are writing the same code more than once or more than twice, repeated number of times, and you are doing the same thing, you just write a function instead of writing that thing twice. So this is a concept that is important in real life. So when you have a tie, you don't actually you tie your tie two different ways. If you have two different ties, okay, it doesn't just make sense, right? So when you have something, so let's get some real estate off here. Okay, so let's say you have a tie. So here's, let's get this. Let's say you have an orange tie like this. Okay, you have an orange tie like this. Okay, and looks a bit like a magnifying glass. That's surely my fault. And you have a blue tie. Okay, so more like it. Okay, so you have blue tie. So when you have ties like this, so you the way you tie a tie are like not two different things, right? So they are basically a tie. So what you have, so you have a method like this: tie tie. So this is the method that you have inside your brain. Okay, and then what becomes your argument are the orange tie or the blue tie. So it might become the orange tie, or it might also become the blue tie. So but you tie them in the same way, isn't it, right? So so this is what a function basically is. So if it is confusing to you, I'll also give you a mathematical example. So let's say you need to you have a function. Okay, so let's say you need to square a number. So like if you input 5, so that's also a nice thing that I remember. So when I was first learning about functions and programming, it is very good to see them as boxes. Okay, so a box, it's really a machine that takes in an input and it outputs something. Okay, let's say this is a square box. It's square stuff. Okay, square. Okay, so if let's say if 5 goes in, 25 comes out. Okay, if 3 goes in, 9 comes out. So this is basically what a function is. This is basically what a function does. So whenever you find yourself doing something repetitive with just a little bit of change, you look for a function. So yeah, so this is how it is done in Ruby. So you just put a bound symbol, then curly braces, then this argument goes in here. Okay, so what's basically being done here is, so this is basically becoming sorry, not working. Okay, let's say if this works. Okay, yeah, so this basically becomes the greet function. Okay, and what argument does it take? It takes names. Okay, so it takes a name. So basically a name is given. Let's say you put in Joe. What comes out is, what was it in the game? Hello. So it outputs hello Joe. Okay, I think there was an exclamatory mark here. Okay, so this is this just does that. So you see, so we have put it together here. So basically so we don't need to do this. Let's so basically is so what the author means here is, why is there a method here? Okay, so so actually this is what is provided by the game engine. You actually need to change, you don't need to write this kind of things. You can just put things inside, okay, and it just gets rendered. Okay, and this time we'll first have something from the that's an image, that's not a text, that's not a text file. Okay, so I think it's here. If you just navigate to this directory, where is this? Sprites misc dragon 0. Okay, so it's here inside sprites, my game, yeah, sprites. Okay, misc, this is misc. Okay, so this is dragon 0. So this is the image that we'll deal with. This is the dragon here. Okay, so we'll copy the path. So we're copying relative path, and here we'll just do this. Okay, so note the change here. So we are doing args dot outputs dot sprites. So we're doing labels before, because we're writing text. Here we'll need an image, so we write sprites. Okay, now we'll put in the x and y, and then okay, then we need to put this inside quotes. Okay, let's see how it looks. Well, we have our dragon here. Okay, no issues. That's fantastic, right? Okay, so I'll just leave today here. So I took some unnecessary amount of time to set this up and stuff, but I'll just leave it here, and I'll start tomorrow or sometime some other time with just starting with game loop. Okay, so what we learned today, if you just repeat, so this is the game canvas. This is the game canvas that we have, and here you can just render stuff very easily, very easily, that where the heavy lifting is being done by the game engine, DragonRuby game engine. This is doing the heavy lifting for you, and you can write some simple code and see it rendered. So basically, let's see, you don't have to do anything. So you're just doing write this, render this image, and all very simple changes and made to function, changes made to the argument, where these are all just predefined stuff. You just call this and then you put stuff using the shovel operator, and it just renders it. Okay, and you can just change things here very easily. So this is very simple stuff so far. Okay, no conceptually hard stuff still. So you have also learned like how a function overall works, so what it is in the conceptual level, and you also learned how you can describe the position of a point or anything else inside this game canvas. Okay, So I hope it makes sense to you. If not, you just let me know in the Discord channel. I'll try to explain it again tomorrow or whenever I do it. Okay, so this is what you do. So this is pretty simple stuff. Okay, and so the sprite, the positioning is really important, because that is how we will handle where how much movement happens with a single keystroke and so on. So if you remember playing racing games as kids, you remember that, you know, pressing the WASD arrows, so let's say A and D, these two switches, or if you game in a console, you know, certain buttons actually move the car towards right or left, right? And so how much really, that's something you need to learn, and it should be very consistent. It shouldn't move like this much in one keystroke and this much in another keystroke, just like that. It should be very consistent. And so this positioning is really important if you need to program a game. Okay, so if you need to program a game, this positioning, how much right or left something moves, where something just pops up, so that is really important. So that's really important to understand, and it's really simple. The left bottom corner is basically the origin, 0 0. Everything is measured from there, and you can just learn about measuring that I just taught you. Okay, so I hope this is all simple. I'll leave the Discord link in the descriptions, and bye for now. Actually, I don't have anything more to say to add to this video. Okay, goodbye.